Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're here, I want to give everyone a second to like hop on because usually these things take a minute. But I see so many people already in the side over here in the comments. This is amazing. Wow, already 95 people it says on. So this
Oh my
is
gosh,
so
I don't
cool.
even see this on my end.
Oh, you
So
don't? Okay.
I'm not even gonna pull it up on my phone. I
Okay,
feel
yeah,
like I just won't know.
exactly. Out of sight, out of mind. So hello to everybody joining us. This is the Book Troop live discussion for the month of January. We read the book Where They Found Her by Kimberly McCrate. And ooh, we have the same copy. That's
Twinning.
exciting. Because I know there's like a few different versions of this now. So I mean,
Yeah.
cool. I think this one's like the paperback from like pretty recent, but super cool. Hello to everybody joining. Oh my goodness. Let me just pop some comments on the screen of people joining. Hello, we see you. I appreciate you. Ooh, Justin didn't read this book, but being following along in the Discord, looking forward to the discussion. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is my first book club show with like having the Discord. So I'm kind of curious because it's interesting to see how people's or how everyone's reacting to it kind of before we do this live show because usually I don't really know. um,
Yeah.
but hello. Thank you so much for being here. So yeah, if you didn't know, this is my friend Savannah over from Riveting Reads. She is the co-host with me this month. So why don't you just maybe like introduce yourself? Her channel is linked in the description if you want to go and check out our channel. But yeah, so for anybody who isn't familiar with your YouTube
Yeah.
channel, just kind of introduce yourself.
Well, thank you first of all so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. This is
Of
so fun.
course.
I'm Sav. My channel's Riveting Reads, and honestly, I only read thriller and horror books. Like I thought I was gonna branch out. I literally said that when I started BookTube, and literally that's all I read. So
Amazing.
that's me. So I love all things spooky and twisty and all of that stuff. I do weekly reading sprints. They're like ambiance reading sprints. So it's really fun to read with everybody. I don't know what else. I have a bunny named Felix who I'm obsessed
Woo!
with. He's so cute.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. And we're doing on my book club, The Maid. Gabby's going to be my co-host this
Yes.
Sunday.
I was gonna say we're
So
doing back-to-back live shows this week.
yeah, I'm
So
so
if you
pumped.
so if you read
Yeah.
The Maid, you can join us over on Savannah's channel this Sunday. To
Yes.
talk about The Maid. So yeah, super cool. Me and Savannah just decided to do like back-to-back book trip
Yeah.
or like book club buddy reads this month. So
Do you
yeah,
have the book of the month made copy too?
I do. Yep.
We're literally twinning because this one
I know.
and this one.
Yeah, the
Perfect.
same exact versions too. Didn't
Yeah.
plan that, but here we are. Oh my gosh. Okay, hello to everybody joining. Two of my faves.
Oh,
Oh, so
thank you.
kind. Yeah, by the way, Savannah's reading sprints that she does on her channel every week, so much fun. I've been trying to
Oh,
join in for like the last few weeks. I sometimes I miss them because they're usually like right when I'm starting dinner or something because it's like 5 o'clock
yeah.
for me. But I love the live streams that you do. I
Thank
think they're fun.
you.
Yeah, I get so much reading done.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
also, it's at 5 p.m. PST, right? And then
I always think CST. So it's 7 p.m. CST. So yeah.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
Central, 5 p.m.
All
PST.
the information, if you follow me on Instagram, my main account, and also my book club account, I'll be promoting it on there and everything. It's all listed. But yeah.
Nice. Perfect. Oh my goodness, my mom's here. Hello.
Aw.
um
I love
also-
your mom. She is so cute. I love her.
Aw. Oh my gosh, how sweet.
Literally.
So nice. Yeah, when is your next reading sprint? I know it's usually on Wednesday nights, right? So this kind of
Hmm.
interfered.
Yeah, it's every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. CST. And I pretty much always do them. Sometimes I have like random times I don't, but I let everybody know pretty much. Yeah. So
Nice.
next week.
Perfect. Yeah, her reading sprints are very
Oh,
Um, all right. So, while we are just chatting here, I would love to know, for anybody in the comments, because I saw a few people saying that this is their first book troop book club like live show that they've been to, and so I think that's so awesome. And maybe, if you just want to put a little heart in the chat, if this is like your
oh,
first ever book troop live show, just because I like to see if people are like here for the first time. And then while they're doing that, maybe we can talk about like what the book is about, because we won't jump into spoilers right away. So I would just maybe would you want to give like a little premise on like what the
oh
book
my gosh.
is
How do
about?
I even explain this book? Do you have a premise planned that's maybe more?
I know. I honestly
This
don't
book,
know.
it's you follow so many people. So you're following Molly, who lost her child a few years ago, I think. And she's struggling with that. And then she decides to, or she's a reporter. So she reports on this case of this body that's found. And basically, it pretty early on, you find out that it's this body of an infant. And so it's about trying to figure out who did this. And it's also following another character who is in high school. I think she's a
Mhm.
junior. And she is trying to find her mother. And so it's just kind of the whole web of, I think we both did this where we wrote out like a whole character web. And
Yep.
it's almost like, it's like you're solving a case. I almost want to say it's a little bit of Criminal Minds vibes if it wasn't like the profession. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess she's a reporter, but like
it's
it's yeah.
similar.
Does that
Hmm.
make sense? It's a
Yeah,
similar kind of crime novel. Yeah.
definitely. For sure. Yeah, that was a good description. I was like, I have nothing prepared
I
for this.
tried.
Yeah, because it's very there's a lot happening in this book.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, this is so awesome. Like there's so many people
Oh,
that are here
this
for the
is
first
great.
time. That's so cool. I know I'm hoping for this year. I hope the book troop is just even more poppin'. I hope that we
Yeah.
get picks that are more enjoyable for all of us this year because last year there were some misses for sure. But yeah,
That's
thank you.
unavoidable though with a book club. It's just like you don't even know. And new releases, you never know. They're
Exactly.
marketed so freaking well and then it's like,
I know. That's why I'm curious to see if I have more luck with like backlist titles this year, but like
yeah.
we'll just have to see, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, yes, Shannon, we are talking about Where They Found Her by Kimberly McCrate, if you're just now joining us. So I would love to know in the chat, I should know how many of you have actually read this and how many of you are just here for fun because that'll determine how long we keep this thing spoiler free. But maybe you can put a blue heart if you have not read it yet, and then maybe a yellow heart if you have,
Oh, I see what you did.
just so we can get an idea of who's here because they have read it. Just so we know, like, I mean, we'll probably wait a little bit anyways to jump into spoilers, but I feel like this book is a little hard to talk about without spoilers because
Mhm.
there's a lot going on, and I don't know. Okay, wow, so we do have quite a bit of yellow hearts, so that's exciting. Um,
At first I was like, wait, which one's the yellow?
I know,
And then
I know. I'm like, which one did it say? Okay, yeah, yellow
I was like
hearts
doing
for
calculations in my mind.
yeah. I love it too. I always forget that people watching might not, have access to emojis, so like yellow heart works.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Whoever. I
Perfect.
love that actually.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And then I would also love to know if you did read this book, I would love to know what you rated it. So go ahead and light up this chat with your ratings. I've seen all kinds of ratings on the Discord and
Yeah.
so many mixed opinions. So I'm very curious, and I actually don't know what Savannah rated it yet.
Yeah.
I've been like trying not to find out because I love to like
Yeah.
react live in the show. So while
Same.
they're blowing it up, I would love to know what you rated it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm wondering if we did the same thing. I'm so curious.
I know, I'm very
I
curious.
rated it a 3.5 star.
Okay.
I was like, here was my thing. I really, really loved it. Like I really enjoyed the story. I think the one thing that took like or I guess half a star off, I would say would just be there was so much that was covered, like so many
Mhm.
characters that almost when some of the reveals were revealed, I had to take a minute to be like, wait, who was that person? And so it like didn't hit me quite as hard just because of myself. But
Mhm.
I really enjoyed it. I felt like this read a lot more like a mystery instead of a thriller. I don't know your opinion on that, but
I felt that too.
yeah, I
Yeah.
what did you rate it?
So I I rated it a 3.5 too.
Oh my
Um,
god.
and like I'm so like the more though that I reflect on it, the more that I'm wanting to pull it down to a 3 star, just
Yeah.
because I read this in like mid-January, and so I feel
Hmm.
like I've had a little bit of time to kind of like reflect on it, and I just feel like it hasn't really left a lasting impact on me like at all because like I'm like literally reading my notes, like trying to remember everything that happened.
Right.
Wait, this happened? Like even one of the twists I like totally forgot about. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, like clearly it's
Yeah.
but I see a lot of
Hated
mixed
it.
reviews. Yeah, like some people are like really not vibing. Some people are giving it some higher ratings.
I
Um,
know what you mean, like with reflection, because for me personally, I always wait until like literally like 2 to 3 days before the live show, sometimes even one, to
Yeah.
finish it. And so I finished it last night, and like today, I haven't had a ton of time to like reflect on it. So how memorable it is, I don't know how it'll hold up, if
Exactly.
that makes sense. So
That's what I mean.
I agree with you on that
Mhm.
one.
Wow, we have a lot of mixed ratings. I think I've only seen one 5-star out of every.
Yeah, that makes sense to me though.
Ooh, one
Nope.
more. Oh, there we go. All right, well, perfect. Oop, there's another 5-star. I know. I feel like this book, it's there's like certain people that I would recommend this book to, but I
Yeah.
feel like the average thriller reader might be kind of disappointed with this just because, yeah, it's like nothing that I haven't seen before necessarily. But
Hmm.
yeah, interesting. Okay. So one thing that I wanted to talk about that I don't think is super spoilery yet, we don't have to get
Yeah.
into is how did you feel about the multiple point of views in this book? And did you think that all of them were like necessary for the story without getting into spoilers?
Yeah. I felt like there should have only been 2 points of view, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Like, I think I know what the author was trying to do. Like, she was
Mhm.
trying to make it super interesting and get all these different perspectives and have it all click into place more. But to me, it took away from it a little bit. Cause, like
Yeah.
I was saying, there's so many people to keep track of, and like who was related to who, how. And
Yeah.
usually I like that, but I like it more in, for the example, like the guest list, how it
Yeah.
was like it was a small cast of characters who I definitely knew apart from each other. But so I don't know.
Mhm.
That's my opinion.
No,
What about you?
I saw this comment, like I would have switched Barbara's point of view for her husband's, and I saw
Oh
that a lot in the
yeah.
Discord. People were saying that they were much more interested in Steve's point of view instead of
Hmm.
Barbara's point of view, and I was like, I think that's so accurate because, like, yeah,
Yeah.
Barbara was not a fan favorite.
Oh my God, Barbara was the worst.
Yeah,
Oh God.
Barbara was unnecessary. I don't think her point of view is necessary, like, at all in this book.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been perfectly fine with just having uh Molly and then like Sandy, maybe like
And
their
then
point of
Jenna.
view.
Actually, I
Or
like the little Jenna
yeah.
entries.
Oh, yeah.
But the interview, oh, you know what it was? I don't know if I sound awful saying this, but I didn't really care about the counseling sessions either.
Ugh,
Not like I didn't
yeah.
care about her, but I was like, why are these in here? Because it's kind of like not even, I feel like she's struggling enough without like actual specific details from a counseling
Yeah.
session. I don't know.
I know. I felt like there were so many random things that were so unnecessary in this book. Like when we would get Molly's like
Yeah.
transcripts or whatever, like
Hmm.
that was just like leading up to something that I feel like it was almost like too spoon fed to you, like the
Yeah.
lead up to certain things. It's like I can figure this out without this. Or like
Right.
when it would post Molly's like articles that she wrote and then we would get like pages of comments that we would have to read.
Oh my God. I
Like
forgot about that.
I was like, what is the
See,
point? Like
that is true. It is very forgettable. That is actually after you said that, I was like, I realized I totally forgot about the comments.
yeah, right? It's like
Okay.
what is up with that? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Um Okay, yeah, so Barbara, yeah, if you didn't know, she was the wife of the policeman, Hannah's mother. Um,
Hmm.
oh, interesting. Okay, I loved the comments on the articles. That's a different point of view. That's cool. I know, and
If
then
you like
directly under
that.
that, directly under
Yeah.
that comment, I didn't like it. It's interesting. I know. I agree that Stella's character seemed really unnecessary too.
Yeah,
Um,
okay, let me look at this freaking thing because
I know.
literally I'm like still struggling.
I
Okay.
know.
I
Maybe we
I
could
wrote it all
show
out.
we could show
Stella.
our character charts to anybody that's like that hasn't read this book. Look at what we dealt with this. Okay,
And
this is
this
what we.
isn't even okay, actually you want to see like the real, like the non-pretty what I dealt with? Okay,
Yes.
wait. I'm trying to figure out how to like
Oh my
this is such crap. Like look at this shit. Literally. And also I'm trying to find oh, I started like straight up Xing people. I was like that person's not important.
Yeah,
Like
I
cuz
know.
I was like at first I was writing down every single name and I was like
I
this
know.
person is not important at all.
Same. I was
Oops.
like, there's no reason for me to have to write down like 20 different character
Yeah.
names just for them to be like in one scene and they're like irrelevant and you think it's something, but then it's like not.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
But yeah, this is definitely one of those thrillers where there's literally like 20 characters that we get introduced to that we have to like keep track of. And that is like
Hmm.
one of my biggest pet peeves in thriller books. Like, I hate it. Like, you do not need this many characters to be able to pull off a good twist or to like do anything like that, you know? Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, what Justin said. I don't know if you read that book, The Burning Girls. That was one of our picks.
No, I didn't, but I
Same.
kind of I kind of like heard people didn't like it. So I was like,
Yeah, it
I
was
might
actually
not.
like I actually really enjoyed it, but the thing was that it's like the same thing where there's like a million characters and it's like hard.
Yeah, I mean maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
But let's see what are just wanted to see what some of the comments were saying. Um
There's so many. I'm like,
I
oh
know
my gosh, I love it.
I'm like trying to keep up with
Oh,
them.
I feel like there are too many traumas. Oh wait, but
I know I'm like trying to find comments that don't have spoilers because I don't want to put them on the screen just
yeah,
yet. But
I guess that is a spoiler.
yeah. um yeah, if you missed it at the beginning, we both rated it like a 3.53-ish stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so I would definitely agree that there were way too many characters and that there were too many unnecessary point of views and like unnecessary moments that just kind of made it felt very cluttered because of that for me. So like it would have been a lot more of like a straightforward story, I think, if we just had like 2 to 3 point of views and then like a lot less characters that would get introduced for like no
Right.
reason.
Actually, I just thought of this. I kind of would have been more interested in Aiden's point of view than Stella's.
Aiden's?
Aiden is Stella's son.
Oh, that's right.
Because Aiden had that connection with not me, like wait, Aiden and Sandy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That would have been interesting actually.
I don't know, because then I feel like if we saw from Aiden's perspective, like how his mom was, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very
I don't
interesting.
know. I just thought of that.
Okay, well, I'm trying to decide if we should go into spoilers because I'm like, I don't know if there's anything else to talk about without.
Yeah. We could touch on the prologue versus epilogue
Oh, right.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I
there
was
was
very confused.
I know there was talk about that in the Discord, and I was like, what is everybody talking about? And apparently this edition, it like doesn't have the prologue, right? But then it does have an epilogue that the other edition doesn't have.
I actually was purposely not looking at the Discord because I was just like, I want to totally like just have my own opinion until after I read it.
Same.
And then I loved seeing everything. But yeah, I didn't know that. So I like messaged you. I was like, what is going on? Because I listened to that. So I actually didn't listen to the prologue, but I read the epilogue. I felt like the epilogue was kind of weird to be at the end. I was like, wait, who is this person? I don't know. Did you listen to the prologue or?
I listened to it and I was so confused because I was like, what is going on? Because my copy didn't have the prologue. I was like, did I get the wrong audiobook? Like, what is happening? And so it's weird because the audiobook had like a prologue and then the beginning of chapter 1 was like different than this edition of the book. So it was like, what the heck?
I just listened at 2 and on. Yeah. Like I physically read the first chapter. Yeah.
Just so weird. I've like rarely encountered this problem with like
I've never.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. Like, what? I don't know. Do you think, and you were telling me, I remember that you didn't think the prologue really added anything?
No, I don't think the prologue or the epilogue really did. Like,
that's the epilogue for sure, because I read that. I can vouch for that.
I don't think it really added anything to the story. It was another kind of like spoon feeding you to like, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, it was like a scene with Molly being like, I remember when this happened to me, and then it was like 1 year later, or like
oh my god,
it was like one of those kind of things where it's like, okay, that's stupid, like we don't need that.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah, I think we're gonna jump into spoilers because I see some people already popping spoilers in the chat. And I don't want anybody here I don't want anybody here to get spoiled if you haven't read it yet. So, warning ahead, we are going to be jumping into some spoilers. So if you haven't read it yet and you don't want to be spoiled, now would be the time to peace out. Thank you so much for being here. And so you've been warned. We're going to talk about some spoilers now because wow, there's so many things with this book.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess the first thing that I want to like talk about with the spoiler thing is like the whole thing with this like baby at the beginning and like what ends up going down with that, because what the heck.
Did you think something was did you suspect anything?
I mean, like I don't know. I was very confused the whole time. I thought it had to do with that Thomas Price man or whatever, because it was basically like leading us to think that it was going to be like about this man, you know. So that's where I was like, I was thinking it was going in that direction, and then I was like, wait, what? And I was also confused who Thomas Price like even was. I like had to go back to
Yeah.
like, try to figure out like who is this man, because I feel like he just like came up out of nowhere towards the end
Yeah.
and was like, what?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but interesting. I know. Okay, so like, how does she even block out having a baby? I know. Did she like actually block it out though?
I think she was probably in denial slash trauma, like going through trauma, and that can happen where you just like lose that memory.
Oh, okay.
So she probably, I mean, I'm not a counselor, but you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I've heard that with traumatic situations, like people can suppress things. So I think it's possible, but yeah, I get people being confused by that, you know?
Interesting. I wanted to ask you, like, what was the biggest surprise for you in this book? Like, what was the biggest twist that you were like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming? Or were there like multiple moments where you felt that?
Hmm. Honestly, I kind of, as I was reading, I was sort of writing down possibilities. I was
Mhm.
kind of, and the thing with me is I've read so many thrillers now, and you probably feel the same way, where it's like now I kind of think of every single thing that it could be. So
Yeah.
I guessed that like at least her husband was suspicious and also like Thomas Price or whatever. Like I guessed that. I would say I guess the baby thing was the bigger surprise, like that it
Yeah.
was Hannah. I think
Yeah.
that was the thing that surprised me, that it was Hannah.
Yeah.
But it made sense for I was this is like another thing. I don't know about you, but I was like so sad when her husband ended up being like horrible. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought we had dodged that bullet because like when it was like revealed or whatever that Thomas and like the all of those people were guilty, I was like, oh, this is like awesome, like a thriller where it's not the husband trope, and then
Yeah.
it was like the husband trope, and I was like, oh shoot.
I know.
Um, yeah. What about you?
I know. Well, I mean, yeah, I think the biggest moment was finding out that it was Hannah's
Yeah.
baby and that,
Hmm.
Sandy was kind of involved with
Yeah.
what happened there. I was just like, what the fuck? And like that was the whole reason why like Cole was traumatized and stuff, like after he
Yeah.
saw what happened and stuff.
Oh,
And
that poor kid.
I know.
Actually,
And,
all of them. I mean, it's horrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like I was so shocked that Justin, like Molly's husband, was the father. Like I did not see that shit coming. And I know it's like,
Oh,
duh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
always the
Sorry.
husband.
That shocked me.
Yeah.
That shocked me. I see there is so much in it that I like almost forgot about that like twist.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
like,
shocking. I was really surprised. And that whole scene where like his reaction, it was so heartbreaking. She was
I
like, "Please,
know.
like I want him to like fight it or deny it or like whatever." And he like didn't. And then how she was sort of starting to forgive him. And then was it Stella who approached her at the end and was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, like he actually was like gonna do things with me too, possibly." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's so sad."
I know, like, what the heck? I know,
Oh.
it's, like, as cliche as it is with, like, it's always the husband,
Mhm.
I didn't see it coming for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah. That's
I'm
me
like
like half the time though with like other books or probably like I've said this before, I'm super bad actually most of the time at like knowing a twist. But for this one, for some reason, I just wrote down all the possibilities and wasn't too surprised. But yeah, the father thing, that surprised me. Even
yeah.
though I forgot about it apparently
Yeah,
until the second.
that's what I'm saying, I'm, like, reading my notes being like, "Wait, that happened?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, interesting. I knew Hannah was the mom when Barbara mentioned her wearing big sweaters
I
lately.
didn't pick up on that.
No, I
That's
must have
so
missed it.
smart.
I was just
Wow.
tuning out everything Barbara was saying, I was like, "Shut up."
Oh my God.
I was really hoping it wouldn't be Molly's husband.
Hmm.
Ooh, this is interesting. If she really wanted to, or really, if she wanted to really subvert our expectations, she should have made the father Aiden. That would have been interesting.
I feel like that would have been better. Well, I don't know.
I know.
Better, like hard to say. That would have been interesting though.
See, a lot of people too. I saw this coming a lot in the Discord about how like the husband reveal was a cop out, like at the end, which I
Hmm.
can totally see. But
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
also like I don't know. I didn't see it coming though. So like, I
I
still.
yeah, that is true. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm literally caught in the middle because part of me is like, oh, that's so sad. I hate it, which is funny because I usually don't. I don't know. Something about like sad cheating twists like this make me sad, like especially.
Mhm.
Even though other sad things in books like people dying, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, cool.
I know this
Um,
is definitely on the darker side for like thrillers that I've read, especially for my
Right.
book club. It's like I didn't realize it was going to get so
I
dark in
didn't
some
either.
places, so I was like, "Holy crap."
Yeah.
Um, but
Whenever a baby is dealt with, that is a lot.
I
Like
know.
pregnancy or a baby.
Yeah.
Anything revolving around that in thrillers is always like super like
Yeah.
graphic to me.
I
Just
mean,
like hard to read.
yeah, because I knew from the, like, premise, it did say, like,
Right.
he finds a dead baby, so I knew it was gonna be, like, kind of, dark, but I think especially
Right.
towards the end, I wasn't expecting so much, like, I don't know, like
And the reveal, what
yeah.
happened, like what was like the head trauma thing?
Yeah.
Me and head trauma, I swear, like Ari Aster, like that's the director of Hereditary and Midsummer. Like
Oh,
ever since that, I become so aware of like head trauma, and head trauma really like bothers me.
yeah.
Not like trauma, like I'm not traumatized from the book, like, but I'm just saying it's like it's a lot. I was like
Yeah.
that scene. Whoa.
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Um, I tried to find which comment it was, but I saw it, but, somebody was talking about how Cole's, like, thing was really unnecessary in the book, or how we shouldn't have spent so much time trying to figure out, like, what was going down with
Mm,
Cole, and, like, how did you feel about that whole situation with Cole? Because, like, I kind of agree that it felt a little
yeah.
bit, like, unnecessary because
Yeah.
it just wasn't about, like, his story, and,
I
uh
feel like every time I was reading the Cole stuff, I actually was kind of like, this would be an interesting like other book.
yeah.
Like I feel like the concept of a kid like acting out, it almost gave me horror vibes. I was like,
Mhm.
is this kid like okay? Like,
Yeah,
is he gonna start like scratching out the eyes on photographs? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
straight
exactly.
up like insidious stuff, you know?
Yeah, I feel like because we read so much horror, I was almost
Yeah.
thinking it would go in that direction at some parts
I was
because I
like,
was
he's
like
Satan, he's possessed by
yeah,
Satan,
I was
like
like, "What is
literally.
going on with this kid?" Like, damn.
I agree. I don't think it I think it was just a little bit too focused on like all the conversations with the teacher I felt like were unnecessary
Yeah,
because it was kind of like, I mean, how does the teacher even fit in? Like she was just the teacher, right? Nothing
I know.
really,
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah, so Cole was, Barbara's son, right? That was, like yeah, that
Actually,
was Hannah's younger brother.
yes, yes, yes.
So
And
he
she was
like
also, oh sorry.
oh, no, you're good.
The delay is always hard. Will and Cole were also friends. And
Mhm.
also Ella was in their class too. So it was like Ella, Will, and Cole were all in Rhea or yeah, Rhea. I think that's how you say the teacher's name class. Yeah.
I know, that's the thing, I don't get why his story was so prominent. It felt like a
Hmm.
pointless little, like, side thing that was going on that was trying to distract you from, like, the real
Yeah.
main story.
Hmm.
Ooh, that's interesting. At one point, I thought Cole killed the baby.
I was a little suspicious of Cole. Like, did he do something violent?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's like they spent so much time with like Cole being like I wrote down all these different scenes where it's like he went to his mom's like bed in the middle of the night and he was like, there are bad things inside of my brain and stuff like that. And then he was like drawing pictures of a boy with his arm cut off.
Yeah.
So many people in the Discord were talking about that and they were like, what is the significance of that?
Yeah.
Because after you know what he ended up seeing, it's like, how is that
Yeah. I
like
don't know. I feel
what
like there could have been better imagery that would still make sense for a kid,
mm-hmm.
but like not an arm. Like
Yeah.
that's like weirdly specific. It's like why an arm? I don't
That's what
know.
I mean. I feel like that was almost trying to like mislead you into thinking there was something
Yeah.
else going on.
Yeah,
Right?
probably.
Um, yeah, so Cole saw the aftermath of the death of the baby, so I guess the author was trying to make the connection to the baby and his family. Huh.
I think
Um,
yeah. I know what she was trying to do. It was just like a little bit not sure I like how it was executed.
mhm. Interesting. Yeah, this comment's interesting too about how I hated how we spent so much time on Barbara's point of view and then there was no real resolution with her character. She just left town.
Yeah.
I agree with that too. And honestly, like Barbara is part of the reason why I rated this book as low as I did because
Freaking
she's driving me
Barbara.
nuts, dude. She's driving me nuts. And like those scenes with like her and Stella like literally fighting over like dumb gossip drama, I was like, what is the reason? Like I was getting so annoyed. I was like, why is this even in here? Because
Oh
I don't
yeah.
remember what the drama was about. I just wrote down the drama is so dumb with Stella.
They were like they hated each other because of I don't even know. I think Barbara just hated Stella because she like was hooking up with too many guys. It's like okay,
I
like
know. And it had something to
there
do
was
with
like
the
no
kids,
reason.
right? She was like, I don't want my kid over there because she thought like Stella's kid was the reason why Cole was traumatized or something.
And the boyfriends or something, she was like, she has boyfriends over and like they're sketchy and like whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that was it. I think that was literally the sole reason.
Got so on my nerves. I was like, what? This like this is
Oh, and
so
the reveal at the end where she literally like basically forced Steve to be with her. How she was like, I'm pregnant.
I
like
know. Yeah,
like as he was about to like break up. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, her character just kind of drove me nuts a little bit. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, there was that whole thing, like how did you feel about the reveal with Steve? With him being involved with like the death of Simon in the past, because like literally as soon as it said Simon was this kid that like tripped and fell to his death, I was like, nah, no.
Yeah, no, I was like, nah.
Yeah, like no way that happened. Like in every film ever, if a character tripped and fell to their death, I'm like, it was murder.
They just slipped off the bridge accidentally and broke their neck. It's fine. It's normal. Yeah. I wasn't shocked, to be honest. I guess I was in that whole scene, I was a little bit confused.
Mm-hmm.
Was Steve like with them when that was happening? And then he was like, oh wait, this is messed up. Or did he like walk up and then saw that happening? Like,
Well, from what I understood, he like said that he saw Simon fall before. Like that was like what he said to the police and to everybody. But then at the end, we find out that he actually pushed him to his death or something, right? Because of what he did to Jenna.
Yeah, but I mean, like during what he was when that thing was happening to Jenna, like was he standing right there with them, or did he like walk up to it? Like he wasn't a part of that, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I was confused, because I was like, was he like, yeah, I don't know. I was a little confused on that. Maybe people know.
I know. I'm trying to read. Because I thought Steve had a more direct cause to Simon's death because he was the one who pushed him. So that's actually what happened, right? Because I'm like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure he did kill him, but or like caused his death. But I was confused about how Steve was near Jenna when the captain, or I guess Thomas and Simon, were doing the R word. Like I'm confused.
Yeah, because all three of them were involved, right? So
I was like, wait, was Steve like in on it until he was like, oh wait, this is wrong? Which is like, why didn't you realize that in the beginning? Or did he like see it from a distance and like run in and be like, oh wait? I was confused by that. He walked up on it. That would make more sense.
He walked up on it, so he wasn't like a part of it at all.
That's okay. See, that makes sense, because for some reason when I was listening to it, I thought he was literally like actively engaging, and then he was like, wait, this is wrong. I was like, what?
God.
Okay, that's so
crazy. I totally spaced on that. I just remember hearing about how so wait, Simon was involved in what was happening to Jenna.
Yes.
Okay,
at least that's what it was. It was very vaguely written, and I understand why the author did want to do that, because that's very like hard thing. But it was just confusing, I guess. I just needed to know a little bit more, like what was actually going on around the actual act, if that makes sense.
Interesting. Then I wonder.
I hope that's the case. Like,
yeah, I'm curious though, because if that situation was happening with like Simon and Thomas, then why didn't he kill both of them? Or like, did it say that? I don't remember, but
yeah, I was confused too. Why did he just
kill Simon and not Thomas?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Or maybe when he walked up, it was Simon doing that.
Oh, and so he just.
See, I thought it was Thomas doing that and Simon like getting ready, but apparently I don't know.
Yeah,
it was very confusing.
Oh, Simon fell and hit his head. He was still alive, and then Steve pushed him again, and he died. Huh.
But then just like left the captain there? That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we gonna talk about Justin just left and wasn't charged with something for impregnation of a minor? I know. Yeah. I mean, they didn't really. I know. Did they follow up a ton on Justin's character? I can't remember like what happened to him.
I don't think so. I also don't think anybody pressed charges against him. I think that's why. But yeah, that was confusing.
Yeah, that is weird, because I remember too, like, being disgusted by Justin's character after he told her, you're like, oh, it was my baby, whatever, and then he's like, she reminded me of you.
Yeah,
Like,
that's so creepy.
fuck off, dude. She was
That
16
is
years old. Like,
that is
ugh.
so creepy. That is so creepy.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh. That made me so angry. I was like
Yeah.
sitting on my couch like like I was so mad. I was
I know,
like,
like,
I'm
what?
gonna find Justin. I'm gonna punch him in the face. Like
God,
literally, I was so mad.
it was awful.
Uh,
She was 16 and it was legal where they were, but like,
where were they?
I know, I don't even know. I guess evil, yeah, because like
I don't
it's like
know.
your state or something, right? So like I don't really know, but like still, ugh.
Yeah, that is still I mean, I guess maybe not legally a minor there, but or I don't even know.
Oh,
Too
sorry. Yeah, so
soon.
they got a divorce and he got fired. So that's yeah, as far as I remember too, that's all that they really
Mhm.
commented on, like what happened with him.
Yeah.
um, let's see. There was something else I wanted to talk about. 'Cause there
There's
was
so much in this book. It's like it's crazy. So this book is what? How many pages? It's like not super long. It's I'm trying to find. It is in this paperback. It's 323 pages, but I feel like everything that happened with all the storylines could have fit in like a 1,000-page book.
I
It's like
know.
so much.
That's what I mean. It was so crammed into like this tiny or like short-ish story, and then like
Yeah.
we could have done it with so much. We could have done without like so much of it. I
Mhm.
did want to put this comment. What happened to Sandy at the end of the book when her mom told her to leave town while in the hospital? I thought that scene was so odd because it was like Sandy and Jenna had finally been reunited after being like
Yeah.
apart for a long time, you know, and then Jenna's just like, yeah, you need to leave. Like she's just like, yeah, like you can't be around me because I'm fucking like I'm just trouble and just take this money and leave. And I was like, huh?
The weird thing to me was like the fact that Sandy was like, "Okay."
I
She just
know,
like
like,
walked out of the hospital and was like started walking and she was like,
yeah. I was
um
like, what?
I was yeah, that was weird. I get what the mom was trying to do. Like she was like, "I'm a mess. Like I'm a
Yeah.
disaster and I'm not going to get better and like please like you if you're going to always be stuck taking care of me." I get what she was saying, but I
Yeah.
yeah, very weird.
I know it was weird that it was just so like
Sudden. She was
in the
like, "Hi."
moment.
So, like, I almost died,
Yeah.
and I had all this time, and I was, like, hearing you call on the phone, and, like, that's why I stayed alive, but, like, bye. It
I
was like
know. That's why I was like, "Okay, like, that was fast." Yeah,
uh,
Jenna knew she was sick and knew Sandy was better off without her. Yeah, like, I mean, I get why she did it too, but,
mm,
like, shit, that was fast. I was like, they just reunited after, like,
I
so
know. Oh my gosh.
but, oh, yeah, so in the epilogue, Jenna meets a man 10 years and has a baby and names her Jenna. So, yeah, so that was the epilogue.
And she talks about how, like, her mom did, like, a very noble thing by doing that.
Mhm.
Um, and that how she had started talking to her through email, I think, a few years prior.
Yeah. I mean, I did think I mean, the ending, it felt like one of those endings of, like, a contemporary or, like, a romance story
Yeah.
where it's like, "I named my baby after my mom because, like" you know, I was like, "We don't need this in a thriller, okay? We just don't." Uh,
Yeah. I thought it actually ended, like, kind of in a high note. It was like she was Molly, right? Molly was,
yeah,
like, with Ella, and it ended, like I mean, it was sad, but yeah,
as
like, it was a happy scene.
yeah, no, I think
And then
it's
it was
Sandy,
like
yeah, Sandy met a man at the end and then named the baby Jenna, not Jenna didn't have a baby, name it after Jenna.
oh, yeah. Oh, that would be a
Sandy
twist.
yeah, but Sandy had the baby and named it after Jenna.
The biggest twist of all is Jenna naming her new baby Jenna. Yeah,
Mhm. Who's a better mom, Jenna or Barbara?
God,
I mean,
I can't.
um, so yeah, that was a weird epilogue. But yeah, the thing I wanted to talk about too is how strange it was with that scene with Sandy and Hannah when she was like literally having the baby. It was so
Yeah,
confusing because I was like, okay, so we get revealed in that scene, like nobody even knew Hannah was pregnant in that
right.
moment. So it's like Sandy just walks into the bathroom, walks in on her like having a freaking baby in the
Yeah,
bathroom, and it's like, holy shit, like nobody even knew Hannah was pregnant, which is like
yeah,
okay, and then she's like literally giving birth to a baby, and that scene I just found it so hard to follow what was
yes,
happening because it was
yes.
like okay, Hannah's like having the baby and then they're like we need to get it to a hospital or something, and then Sandy puts the baby in a backpack, from what I understand, and then
Sorry,
gets
I'm not laughing at the
I know,
situation.
like, she
Yeah.
gets on her bike with the baby in the backpack, from what I understand, and then she's,
Yeah.
like, riding her back or, like, riding her bike down the street, and then she, like, trips and falls and, from what I understand, crushes the backpack. Like,
It
did
was
that
so bad.
actually happen? Like, I was just
Yeah.
so confused. I was like, "What is happening right now?" Yeah, like, why wouldn't you just call an ambulance? Like,
It's
first of
because
all
yeah, so it was, didn't Sandy say like, "Oh my God, we have to call an ambulance," and Hannah was like, "Oh my God, like my parents will kill me." But
yeah.
like her parents were gonna find out anyway.
I know, like, you really think you're
But
gonna be able to cover this shit up? Like,
no. Also,
okay, I
I
mean
was actually surprised that Sandy wouldn't have been like covered in blood too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you would think. I mean, with yeah, there would be blood everywhere in that
You're
situation.
right.
And I thought that's why Cole was so traumatized because it was like a really gruesome scene, you know? Um,
Yeah.
but okay, yeah, that I guess that does make sense if the baby was already died to put it in the backpack.
Yeah,
But like,
so I think that umbilical cord was tied around the neck or something.
oh, something like
Or
that.
maybe not, but I remember her being like, I tried, she was alive and I tried to save her and I couldn't. So I remember that.
Okay, yeah,
I
so
thought
she
it was
did
gonna be a whole other kind of scene, actually. And then I think it was set up to be like that, where there was like so much blood and you think it's another kind of scene, and then they're like, oh, she's literally like gave birth. Yeah. Okay.
so wild though. Like, I mean, I guess yeah, like you do need medical attention after having a baby.
Ma'am.
And I know, yeah, the way that it was like, yeah, like how did they manage to cover this up so quickly before her parents were home or found out? Like that's just what?
But then her parents did find out, right?
Eventually,
So how did that
but
happen?
they thought it was Sandy, right? They kept saying like they thought Sandy had a baby and that they were like trying to blame it
Yeah.
on a friend or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, hold on. I'm kind of remembering. Oh, never mind, never mind. I was gonna say, so yeah, Sandy really didn't know until she literally saw then, and then it was afterwards that Hannah was kind of saying like it was Sandy's baby, like acting as if it was
mhm.
Sandy's baby. And then Sandy was like not really waking her up because she was like, I heard you're not supposed to wake people up in nightmares. Like maybe it's the same way with this. Like
Yeah.
she has to come to terms with it. It actually gave me servant vibes,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
show, with that whole kind of thing. So yeah.
Well, and it was just so like sad and awful to read about because it's like, what are these two
Right. It was
teenage
so
girls like supposed to do? Like, what is a normal age person supposed to do in a situation like this? Let alone these two
right.
teenage girls who are going to be like traumatized by this. And Cole, I mean, seeing it.
Yeah,
But,
that whole thing, everything with like involving babies and
yeah,
this kind of content, like trigger warnings definitely
yeah,
in this
it
kind of
was rough.
thing. Yeah, for sure.
I think this is interesting too. Like the reveal is so unrealistic. As how did her overbearing mother not notice that she was pregnant?
Yeah,
I
that is a
mean,
good point.
yeah, because she
Um
is the kind of mom who's like on her shit, you know? She wasn't like
yeah.
a passive mom, she was like a freaking like pilot, like what do they call helicopter mom, you know? She's like on
Yeah.
her.
But the crazy thing too, and I don't know, she was so involved with Cole though. And it
Mhm.
was almost as if she was like a helicopter mom, but at the same time, like hated Hannah.
That's so
Didn't she
true,
seem to like
actually.
actually hate her? Because she was like, she didn't come home or she didn't come down for dinner and like thank you. I didn't want you at dinner. I was like, why does
Right.
she hate Hannah so much? I was confused. Because
Yeah.
Hannah literally like did everything her mom like wanted her to do like constantly, and her mom like hated her. But
That's
then she like loved Cole, and Cole was literally acting out. So that was confusing.
yeah. I know, I totally forgot about that whole thing, how she had this, like, weird, like, favoritism towards Cole.
Yeah, she
And how
did.
that was even pointed out by Steve when he was like, "How has our daughter been gone?" Or because you know she like ran away at the end or something, and he's like, "How long has she
Uh-huh.
been gone?" And she was like, "I don't know." Like she didn't even check on her.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was so weird.
it was.
Um, but yeah, there was I kept thinking Hannah wasn't Barbara's baby and was maybe Jenna's or something, and that's why Barbara. Ooh, that would have been interesting actually.
Yeah, see that's like a creative twist, I feel like.
I know that actually would have been a good twist.
Or this twist.
Yeah, what
So
the
I
heck?
think we all need to like rewrite the book
Yeah,
collectively and like make it our own.
right. I'm like, we got some smart minds up in here.
Literally.
I know. I assumed that Barbara hated Sandy because she got pregnant by accident in high school, but then it turns out she used her to trap Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the drama from like when they were in high school was so confusing to just because there were so many characters. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Let me see if there were any other questions that we haven't touched on the Oh, I was gonna ask too, have you read any other books by Kimberly McCreight? No.
I haven't.
Interesting. So based on
Yeah.
this experience, would you?
Okay, I think so.
Yeah.
Because I was in Unchained, and it was the kind of book that I actually like to have on while I was doing other things. There's certain books that I literally want like nothing going on, not even because they're hard to follow, but because I'm like soaking in like everything. Whereas this, I did have to like keep checking back in my notes to know what was going on. But I enjoyed it. Like probably, I mean, it's not like first priority. I don't know. You've read another one by this author too, right?
Yeah, I've read A Good Marriage. It was like one of her more recent ones, and that one was a freaking 5-star book for me. Like I was obsessed with it. It was very like Big Little Lies kind of vibe.
I need to read that one.
That one's so good. But then I have 2 other books from her that I haven't read yet. So
I think I'll read A Good Marriage. I think I'll read those.
That one's good. It's like it's kind of a little bit more of a crime thriller than you might expect because it has a lot of like courtroom stuff and like lawyer stuff. So that's a little bit like, but then it balances it with like other points of views of like these moms in the suburbs, and it's like very
that's like your thing. 100%. You're like, I need the mom drama.
I love it so much. But yeah, she has like a few books out from what I understand, but I don't know.
And also is it called something Amelia? Unbecoming Amelia?
Yeah, I have
Unconstructing. My bad.
Yeah, this one next to
or Reconstructing.
Yeah, this one.
Unbecoming. What if I literally so wrong?
Yeah, this one I haven't read it yet, but that's another one I want to read. And then also her book Friends Like These. That's one that I just picked up. That one's her most recent one, I think.
Okay.
But she has a few other books. I'm like definitely still interested in reading her stuff because I do like her style for the most part. It's just the amount of characters is just very unnecessary. But
do you know if she does this in all her books, like a ton of characters, ton of POVs? Is that a thing?
No, I don't remember A Good Marriage having too many. Like it was like a amount from what I remember. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's good to know that some of you would still pick up another book by her. I do think A Good Marriage is probably her strongest.
Probably, yeah.
So
I can see that. I'm gonna write it just so I remember. I mean, I've heard of that book, but yeah, I want to remind myself to like add it actually on Goodreads.
I also wanted to ask too, like, is there any book or movie or TV show that you could compare this to? Like, if you enjoyed this, maybe check out this. Because I do have to ask that question. I know I should have asked in advance because it's like
no, you're good. I'm trying to think.
It's like oof.
You know what? I don't know what it is. I think I also saw this in Discord. Parts of this reminded me of Sharp Objects a little bit.
I just saw a comment pop up with that. That's interesting.
Parts of it, only parts of it. And again, it was I think it was the whole reporter thing, and they were both really dark. I still need to watch Sharp Objects. I need to watch that because I know it's so good.
Yeah, it's good. Intense. It's like dark.
Right. I would say, I don't know. Is there something that this reminds you of?
Not like off the top of my head, no. I even prepared for this question. I still I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting maidens. It's interesting.
I'm wondering like what aspect of it. I guess the professor thing, like maybe the involvement with that that's a spoiler. I'm not gonna. But I know what you're referring to.
Interesting. Fractured on Netflix. That's that movie, right? I think it kind of
I don't know. I am someone who is so bad at I'll go in phases where I watch a ton of movies and then I'll stop for a few months and then I'll do it again. So I'm not sure.
Oh, interesting. We just got 2 comments with Mayor of Easttown. I could see that a little bit, yeah. Have you seen Mayor of Easttown?
No. What is that?
It's so good. It's like it's a HBO limited series with Kate Winslet, and it's on HBO Max. I don't
Ooh.
know if I said that, but um, it's so freaking good. It like takes place in Philadelphia, and she's like a detective, but she's trying to find out what happened to this pregnant girl that was like murdered in the woods.
Oh,
It's
see, HBO, I don't have HBO, and
so
that's what Sharp Objects is on too. And I
good.
think there's like a free trial for like, or maybe not. I don't know. So there's so many things I'm gonna have to like
Yeah,
watch during the free trial period.
right. I know. I'll just like do it all in like a week.
For like 1 month. I'll get like 1 month of it because like I said, it's so weird. I'll like watch a ton of stuff and then for months I won't. It's
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
I've
get
always been like that.
I get the same way too. Oh yeah, interesting. Big Little Lies because of the kids being in
Hmm.
school together. I can see that.
I think she tried to pull from a lot of different kinds of tropes in it, or
Yeah.
not tropes, I guess that's maybe not the right word, but like subgenres, maybe
Hmm.
like the detective, the like school, like the academic, the kid academic. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Ooh, Then She Was Gone. That's a good one. That's a good
I still
comparison.
have to read Lisa Jewell.
Yeah. Then She Was Gone is probably like my favorite Lisa Jewell. That one's so good. But
I
yeah,
think I'm starting with that one.
yeah, it kind of does have a similar vibe now that I think about it. So interesting. This is why I like to ask because like I feel like
Hmm.
everyone watching has a lot better of ideas than I do usually.
Oh
So
no.
you guys are great. These are all like on point. But yeah,
Everyone's amazing here.
right. Yeah, Fractured is that movie where the guy takes his wife and his daughter to the hospital after the daughter gets injured, but then he thinks the hospital is hiding them. That's
Hmm,
that's that's right. I feel like I did see that one and I did. So um
nice.
interesting. Well, cool. Yeah, so we're coming up on 50 minutes. I don't think I mean, is there anything else specifically that you wanted to touch on that we haven't
Um,
yet?
I feel like we covered it. I don't know if anybody
Um,
has any last like
I was gonna say if you guys
thoughts
want to
or
comment anything
feelings.
else you wanted us to touch on, because I feel like as much as is going on in this book, I did feel like we covered most of it.
Yeah, we went in.
Yeah.
We had our notes. We were like, let's go.
Yeah.
Um,
I do think we covered most of the topics in the
yeah.
um let's see.
Someone asked if I'm sprinting tonight. I am not sprinting tonight because I don't think I could focus.
I know. That's oh, interesting. After the discussion, do your ratings stay the same?
Oh, I always want to change my ratings after I discuss things.
Same. I feel like I don't know.
Notorious for that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still good at it, like a 3 star, because I still do feel good about the things that I enjoyed about it, and then I still feel kind of like ugh, about the things that I
Yeah,
didn't enjoy about it. But
I think I'm gonna wait till the end of the month when I do like a wrap up or something. I need to start doing those. Oops, I'm so behind. But I will do a wrap up and I'll decide then if it will go down to a 3.
mhm.
I think it's just like if I still am thinking about it, we'll see. I just finished it last night at like 1 a.m. So
Wow, you
it's
were
fresh.
yeah, that's good. I
I
honestly wish
literally, I wasn't lying.
yeah,
I
no,
always read things like right before the live show.
that's awesome. I know,
Uh,
I kinda wish I read it a little bit closer to now because I'm like, "Ugh," I read it, like, mid-January, and I'm just like, I don't remember.
you're doing good. You
Um,
got
thank
it.
oh, yeah, what about Rose? See, I don't remember this.
Rose was the housekeeper of Stella, and she was the one who was in the
Oh,
hospital and then did she disappear?
I know.
I think she did disappear, and then yeah, she was sort of in a way connected to Jenna's roommate or something. Or no, not Jenna's roommate. Jenna's friend knew Rose or something. It was like a weird
Yeah,
connection between the two plots there, but
that was another weird, like, side plot that I just, like, didn't think
yeah,
were necessary, so I think I just blocked it out of my memory.
you're like, I don't need this
I
information.
know, I was like, "It's too much already." Oh my gosh, we have our first contender for the worst point of view for the end of the year superlatives.
Oh my God.
Love it. It's weird. It weirds me out that I like this more than you guys. I know I feel like I'm always like roasting books, and so anytime somebody enjoys it more than me, I'm like, wow, it's
You're like,
crazy.
I'm so happy for you.
Right? I know. I
Um,
am.
it's
Um,
great that people liked it though. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, someone may hate a book. For example, everybody hates Survive the Night.
oh
And
my
I'm
god,
over here like loving Survive the Night. Like, literally, everyone's like, Survive the Night was the worst. And I'm just like, I enjoyed
that's
it.
so funny. I know.
So,
I gave Survivor the Night 3 stars. Like, I didn't hate it. I know a lot of my friends
Hmm.
like really hate it, like passionately. Like, I do
Yes,
think it's
I
Ryan
know.
Figure's like worst book out of his books so far, but I don't hate it, you know. But
Yeah,
I know it's so
yeah,
fun
yeah,
though. Like, everybody's got their own things.
yeah.
And yes, to answer which book we are reading next month, it's right, it's next to me. It's These Silent Woods.
That one looks so good.
I know, I'm very excited for this one. I've been hearing so far that people are like, if you go into this thinking it's going to be super, super like thriller, then you're probably going to be disappointed because I've heard it's more like
Yeah.
slow burn mystery, kind of like
Hmm.
literary vibes. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think it'll be a
Yeah.
fun time. So hopefully it is. um, but yeah. So I think that will be all for this discussion today. Thank you so much to everybody who ended up joining today. I feel like we've had so many people on this chat right now. I'm like
I love it.
overwhelmed by all of the people that are joining. This is so exciting. Yeah. Do you have a pick for February yet for your book club, or have you
It
announced?
will be announced. Well, actually, there's going to be two options.
Okay.
So I'm going to put up the options really soon. I have a co-host,
Oh, cool.
and we're actually literally talking like later tonight about the
Oh,
options.
cool.
So I'll put it up, and people can vote, which is cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
There
So
you go. Coming soon.
stay
Coming
tuned.
soon.
I'll be posting. Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, and also I do a vote on there, and then I do a vote on my like community tab. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll keep a lookout too because it's exciting. I love seeing like book club announcement pics. It's like my favorite.
Yes.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much to everybody for joining. I appreciate you for being here. This has been really fun. There's so many people. I'm just blown away. So thank you so much. Me and Savannah really appreciate it. And
Thank you for having me too. This was so fun. I
yeah, of
loved it.
course. Oh my gosh. And I can't wait to be on your live show this Sunday.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And I've been hearing such good things about The Maid. Like
Have you
such
not
good
read it yet?
things. No, I haven't read it because I always literally I was like, I have to read this one before The Maid
Oh my
because I
gosh.
want my thoughts to be fresh. But this
Yes.
is I'll probably start it tomorrow or tonight. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I may watch a horror movie tonight. We'll see.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, well, awesome. Well, thank you so much everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be peacing out now and we'll see you later. But thank you so much for joining.